Hello and welcome back to the SHU podcast. As always, before we get into today's video, please remember to like the video, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to follow us on Twitter at SHU. Today's date of recording is the 21st of February 2023, Tuesday. And I am now going to hand over to Charlie for a special episode of the quiz.
Yes, definitely thought I'd change up a little bit.
Stole my job.
Yeah, stole Andy's job, but here we go. So, I made a series of questions that I'm going to ask everyone. You know the drill by now. So the first question is going to go to Reese.
Come on then.
And the question is, how many wins did Derby get in the 2007 to 2008 season, which was the season where they got the lowest points?
They won one game.
Correct.
Yeah.
and
one game.
And who did they beat?
They beat Newcastle 2-1.
Wow.
Okay.
I'd get bonus points for that.
How would you know that?
Oh, because it's just...
Actually, they beat Newcastle 1-0.
Oh, there was
But,
me getting all...
No, but they did beat Newcastle. I'll give you that.
what
so
a
fair
season.
enough.
Typical.
So
It's typical.
Point
Yeah, sorry,
to
Dom.
Reese.
Let's go. I'm top for now.
Luke, I'm worried.
Question 2 for Andy. Who is the Champions League top goal scorer of all time?
Cristiano Ronaldo,
Correct.
That's
How many goals?
123.
Well, I've got 140 here, but close enough to get
Do I
the
still
point.
get a point?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Being very nice.
Luke.
Yeah.
Question 3. Who was the first team to win the FA Cup?
Oh,
I know this
Oh,
one.
I think I know.
I know this. I believe it was Bolton Wanderers.
No.
Known as
no.
the Wanderers at the time.
No, I mean you're half right. They were called the Wanderers, but I don't think they're associated with Bolton. So.
Hang on.
Okay, well, you got to give it
Who
to
was
someone else.
Well, who was the
Um,
Wanderers?
I thought it was.
Well, Charlie, I don't know, but if Dom or Reese
Well,
want
who's
to
the
guess-
Wanderers?
I thought it was. I thought it was Tottenham.
No.
Reese?
This is just a complete guess. Everton?
No.
Yeah, well, I would have said Sheffield Wednesday.
It's the
Yeah.
Wanderers.
Yeah, it literally is the Wanderers.
Yes, who are...
No, it's not.
No,
not
it's like how Sheffield Wednesday used to be called the Wednesday, and then they just changed their name.
So
I get a point.
He may as well
Well,
get a point.
okay,
Okay, I'll give you
Are
a
they
point,
associated with Bolton, yes or no?
Google
Well, if
it.
they're based in Bolton, then...
Yeah, are they
but
based in
I
Bolton?
don't actually know.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a
Very
shame.
Yeah, I've
very
just gone off.
technical.
I've just gone off what it said.
Give me a technicality point.
Ask
Half.
Dom
Half.
his question. I'll do some
Yes.
research.
Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Question 4. This is for Dom. What was the score in the last derby between Newcastle and Sunderland? The match was played on the 20th of March 2016. If that's a clue.
Two scores in my head. I remember it was when Jermaine Defoe scored that volley.
No.
It's 1-0 or 2-1. I think it was 1-0.
No, incorrect. Anyone else wants to chip in?
Sorry, what's the question?
The question was, what was the score in the last derby between Newcastle and Sunderland, which was on the 20th of March 2016?
0-0.
1-1.
Yep.
Come on.
Reese wins.
Okay,
Oh,
and
yes.
Charlie, just to go back to your previous question,
Yeah.
you are right. They have no affiliation with
Yeah, I
Bolton
was gonna say-
Wanderers.
Okay,
so
but that's not what I said. My answer.
No, you said Bolton
No,
Wanderers.
my answer is the
Out the
Wanderers.
tables.
Nope.
you said Bolton Wanderers.
No, I said the Wanderers.
You said Bolton Wanderers.
Charlie, it's your
got
quiz.
I got it wrong. I assumed the Wanderers meant Bolton Wanderers. I thought it was a case of a Sheffield Wednesday being the Wednesday. I got that wrong, but the official title is the Wanderers.
No,
just
no.
like the Wednesday.
Charlie, your integrity's
Oh,
on
you
the
can't
line.
get
No, I
that.
can't. Because you said Bolton
Yeah,
Wanderers
you did
first.
say Bolton Wanderers.
But anyway, Reese gets another point.
Let's
because,
go.
I should have kept my mouth closed.
Nice.
Right, question 5 for Reese. Who won the first UEFA Champions League? Well, it might not have been called that, obviously.
It
was called the European Cup.
Yeah.
Who won the first European?
But who won the first one in 1955?
Was it Real Madrid?
Yes, it was.
Come on.
They won 5 in a row, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They sweeped it up.
Go on, Reese is running away with this now.
I know.
Andy,
Yeah.
what was the first competitive game played at the new Wembley Stadium?
Ooh.
Well, my answer would be Chelsea versus Manchester United, but I think you were saying the other day that it's some like FA Vanarama North. So I'm just going to go Chelsea,
Yeah.
Man United. 1-0 Chelsea. Drogba extra time winner.
No, I know that was early on, like when
It was the first
That was
year.
the first
yeah.
First
cup
FA
final.
Cup.
I think.
I'm afraid it's not the
Okay, so no, I
first
don't know.
competitive game played. Anyone wanna?
Was it Luton Town?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It wasn't Luton.
It was Stevenage
Okay.
Oh wow.
against Wycombe Wanderers. I have no idea.
No. You
Steven,
got one?
yeah,
You-
well,
Wait, Stevenage against Grimsby.
no.
No.
not
Who
a
were
bad
they
guess.
against?
What's the answer?
The answer is Stevenage versus Kidderminster Harriers in the FA Trophy.
Oh,
How did I forget?
I was there as well.
Yeah. Okay. That was a
That was a tough one.
yeah. That was a tough one. Luke, a little bit of a tough one here. Who is the only player to win the Champions League with 3 different clubs?
I have no idea. I don't know.
So I've got a bit
uh,
over the top of this, maybe a bit hard.
I
But
don't know. Does anyone have the answer? Because I'll pass because I don't know.
I want time to
What's
think
in
about
the
Is
that.
it
I want
recent?
to have a guess though.
yeah.
I want to guess.
So have you got one, Dom?
I can think of maybe.
That's a tough question.
Oh.
Champions League with 3 different clubs.
Yeah.
Is one of those clubs by chance Bayern Munich?
No.
Charlie, maybe give us a clue.
Is it an Italian team?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I
can
thought-
give you the clubs.
Yeah, give
Oh,
me the clubs.
Is it Ibrahimovic?
No, he's
No.
never won it.
No.
Oh,
he's
I
not.
thought he was at
Let alone
Inter
3 times.
AC
Right,
and
I'll
How
tell-
about-
Barca.
I'll give you the clubs.
Go on.
Okay.
Ajax,
Can I-
AC Milan, and Real Madrid.
Yeah, but I've got.
Okay, Luke, you can go first if you want. So what was the teams again?
Ajax, AC Milan, and Real Madrid.
That's a while ago. I haven't won it in ages in every race.
Seedorf.
Yes.
Wow, what an answer.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
Fair play.
I've got to give you that. That's the second
Thank you,
mark
sir.
on the list. So, Dom,
Hmm?
who is the oldest player that is still playing in the Prem?
The oldest player in the Prem.
Oh God.
It's going to be someone who doesn't even start for their team.
Oldest player still playing in the Prem.
I've got a guess, but
Yeah, I've got a guess.
I've got a guess.
I know the oldest player still playing in England. If you let us have that.
oh, that's a bit.
not the
Um,
question.
No, well,
No.
they're not an English player, so there we go.
Okay.
Ah.
My guess is still intact then.
Yeah, I really
Is
want
it-
this.
If anyone else wants to chip in.
Random guess. Johnny Evans.
No.
Oh,
Can I have it?
I know who it is.
Oh,
It's gone.
Oh.
Charlie, can I have it?
Yeah,
Thiago Silva?
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Of course, he's like 38, isn't he?
yeah. He's 38.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what-
I was
that's
going to
what
say
I thought.
Keylor now.
My next guess was Diego Costa.
Older-
Actually, I
older
would have still
than
done
Okay,
it.
okay.
I
So
think he's only like 33, you know.
Reece 3, Andy 3.
Oh, no.
I'm
I
coming
thought-
for you, Reece.
Question 9. This is going to Reece.
Oh, God. Pressure's on.
Steven Gerrard made more appearances than Frank Lampard.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Oh, give me that.
come on.
Sorry. This is a true or false question. So
Oh.
is this true or false? Steven Gerrard made more appearances than Frank Lampard. True or
What,
false?
in his
Oh,
entire
no.
career, in his England career, in his club career, what?
Are we
His
talking
Premier League
Premier
appearances.
Premier League.
Yeah. False.
Correct.
Everyone better have a true or false, because that's a 50-50
Yeah.
guess.
That, to be fair, you've been very nice to me there. Charlie's like, oh no, what have I done?
Andy,
Yeah,
this is another true or false one.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Ronaldinho spent time in prison after being found to have a
I'm so
fake
expecting
passport.
True.
Oh,
See, I
I'm
didn't know.
nervous now. I don't get nervous, but I'm starting to get
Luke.
a bit shaky.
Yo.
It took Cristiano Ronaldo 27 games to score his first Champions League goal. True or false?
False.
True, I'm afraid.
Wow.
Oh, it's a donut.
That's a tough one.
Right, question
I thought it was
12.
gonna be like 20,
Oh,
26,
shit, I've got no points. I've got to get this right, don't I?
David Beckham took ballet lessons during his time at Man United in order to improve his agility.
If this is false, then it's
True
a
or
hell
false?
of a...
That better be false.
Is that what you're going in for?
Well, Charlie, he said false. so
Yeah, okay, then yeah, you get the point. For
Oh,
false.
what? Did you just make that up?
Nah.
No.
Yeah, where did that come from then? If it's false.
I don't know. I just-
Charlie was just like, what?
So you did just make
no.
Made
I didn't
it
make it up. I found it on the website.
Oh, okay.
So I don't get spoiled.
What are false facts?
But anyway, because it's 4-4 between
4-4 shoot.
yeah
Sorry,
4-4
sorry.
shoot between Reece and Andy.
Wait, is there one question each left,
Yeah.
or is it a tiebreaker?
It's a tiebreaker now.
Oh, this is the second week I've been in a tiebreaker, so I better not get this wrong.
Okay, so what are we doing? Is it just first?
Hands
one,
up
is it?
first, 'cause
Okay.
Hands up, alright.
Reese, only put your hand up when you know the answer.
Yeah, of course. Oh,
Which team was the first in the UK to win the European Cup?
Liverpool.
No.
No.
oh,
I know it.
There was. Oh no.
I've got an idea of who it might be.
I've got an idea. No, I've not got an idea. I've got the answer.
Oh.
Fuck. Man United.
No.
No.
Can I have it? Can I have it? I'm not
Right,
winning.
wait,
I don't
Wait,
care.
I
No,
think
because-
me and Reese should go again.
Yeah. You got to go again.
Okay, so
What's the question?
first?
Which team was the first in the UK to win the European Cup?
Celtic.
Yes,
Come on.
See?
Well played, Reese.
I was going to say Celtic as well.
Celtic in 1966.
I didn't
You
think
gotta
so.
listen.
Yeah, you said UK, not English. That's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's obvious.
Fair enough. Charlie,
And,
that was a good quiz.
So now we have a crown winner of Reece.
Do you want to know a fun fact about that Celtic team?
Massive.
The Lisbon Lions.
Does anyone want to know about the Celtic
Yeah,
team?
yeah, the Lisbon
they
Lions.
won it in Lisbon. It's called the Lisbon Lions.
Yeah, but
That's
every
football heritage for you.
every player in that starting 11 or in that squad was born within a 60-mile
Yeah.
radius of Glasgow.
See, that's
Ooh.
yeah,
Pretty impressive,
that
isn't it?
is impressive. That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I got one question right, and it wasn't even my question.
Nice.
Yeah, did do
Okay.
a bit dirty there, Luke. Can't lie.
So, order is restored. It was a good quiz though, Charlie.
Yeah, it was
I'll
good.
give it to you.
I won, so it was great. I loved it.
So, I think the first big talking point of the weekend was Arsenal's 4-2 win at Villa Park. I don't have much to say about it. I just feel like that's the sort of result champions get. Nicking a
Yeah.
win. They scored in, what, the 93rd
You got
minute?
very, very lucky.
I don't know if anyone... Yeah, they were lucky
Well,
with
yeah, I think-
the Martinez own goal.
I think what I'll
Yeah, that's
say
very lucky.
is that Arsenal have been on quite poor form recently.
Last couple of games.
And you know that if it wasn't for, it was very lucky the winning goal, and it's like I'm still not overly convinced by Arsenal that it took a look like that to not draw again. Obviously they lost to City, they drew with Brentford, albeit unfairly, but you know it's amazing what a bit of luck will do for confidence. But again, it's quite poetic that Emi Martinez scored, the ex-Arsenal player, scored a goal to keep him in the title race essentially. Nearly a banger from Jorginho.
Yeah,
It's very well struck, but I think it's very significant for Arsenal. That will knock some confidence into them
Yeah,
when they've been
feels
on their
huge.
worst run recently. So
And their worst run hasn't even been that bad.
no,
2
no,
games.
but by like
By
their
their
standards,
standards, yeah.
then that it's been a bit of a drop off. But
Because, I mean, the main thing I've got to say is I don't know if anyone saw, but Unai Emery came out after the game and said that he didn't want Emi Martinez to come up for the corner. Because I don't know if you remember, but obviously Arsenal won 4-2, the fourth goal.
yeah,
Martinez had gone up.
Mm.
I don't know if anyone's got opinions on that, but for me, I want my goalkeeper going up last kick of the game in the 98th minute to try and nick a draw.
Yeah, no.
Why not?
Yeah, I can
mean,
justify that definitely.
it's-
Yeah, but at the same time, what are Villa actually playing for?
Mm.
You know what I mean? They're not
Pride?
playing for anything,
Still,
really.
yeah. I
feel
think it's one of the things where it's like
I mean, they're not going down.
no, well, no, I
They're
don't
not going
know.
to push for Europe.
No, I don't know. You know the whole relegation battle thing? I mean, I was looking at the table earlier. We're only 3 points off Villa. So if we're in the relegation
Yeah,
battle,
Villa are in it,
surely
yeah.
Villa are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm in favour of bringing your goalkeeper forward. I think you've got to take risks.
yeah.
I think hindsight's a wonderful thing. Obviously, they scored off the counter because no one was in goal, but that's the gamble you take.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any difference to Villa's season, them losing 4-2 compared to
To
3-2.
3-2,
Yeah, I
goal
was gonna say,
difference.
Unless
like-
they go down by 1 goal.
But it's like, you know, it's not like keepers haven't scored in them situations before. Alisson did it.
yeah.
That QPR keeper did it. Like,
And if you're an Aston Villa fan on the day, you want your goalkeeper going up.
Yeah,
Emery's
he-
just so defensive.
yeah,
that
he is. He's
coming
very
out saying that.
conservative. Again, if Martinez is ignoring his manager, then that's another conversation you usually want to do. But at the same time, it's like you got to take risks.
Yeah, I always wonder from corner setups how much do you actually listen to the manager though. Like, especially in game situations, you just got to make your own decisions.
Yeah, it's a bit more not free for all, but you know, some teams have like dedicated set piece coaches.
Yeah.
So it's you know, there's a plan there. So I guess.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But you know, I don't. You've got to just. You've got like a minute to score a goal. Like you can't be going defensive when you're losing.
No, you can't be.
Yeah.
I feel like you do have to, because I mean, I've watched Luton do it where they send all their centre backs up. It's like the centre backs are always playing as a striker at the end.
Yeah.
You know, if you're losing, because
Yeah, no.
you know you want to. you don't want to, like you said, sit back. You know, the fans will get on your back.
Yeah.
You know, you want to try and push that equaliser because a point against Arsenal
would
would
have
be
been
great.
incredible. They nearly got it as well.
Yeah, for the
like,
fans.
yeah.
So, you know, you don't want to, obviously, like you said about Emery, I feel like
Just too defensive.
he is, defensive, conservative. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what he's really
Yeah.
whinging about there.
In all
Yeah.
fairness, keeper do come up, but at the same time, don't be a schmuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. I
I mean-
just think it's the risk you take.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
You've got to
like
take
you said.
risks.
I
You
think
can't-
Martinez is too ballsy for his own good.
A little bit. I feel like he likes to rip into Arsenal a lot, so it's quite funny that he scored an own goal and then ended up conceding into an empty net.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, don't get me wrong, you can be mad that, because he's clearly mad that Arsenal didn't make him their number one.
Yeah.
But it's like it's all he talks about, and like how he was at the World Cup, it was funny. But he used to always rip into his opponents. It's like I think he's a bit mouthy.
Yeah.
So it's quite. I was quite like, yeah, have that.
Glad
But
to see him humbled.
a little bit, yeah.
I like him, though.
I know.
I
I love.
like
I
him.
love him. I think
Yeah,
I'm very split on him in the sense that I
He's
like
got
him,
good-
but it's also like
Pack it in.
sometimes you need
so.
to just shut the fuck up.
He's got good character. I'll give him that as a footballer.
We're a
Definitely.
PG show,
Please
Reece.
show, be that beep.
But if that felt like a very significant result, and then following on from that, Man City dropped points at Forest, and so I'll just let you two talk, really.
Hi, Luke. Yeah, you know what, Luke? I thought City played very well. I honestly think City were. I think if I said at their best in a 1-1 draw, that would be a bit.
Do you know what? I saw some, like, I don't know how to describe it, kind of City writer, and he was arguing this is one of the best matches he's seen City play this season.
Yeah,
one of the best performances
you were.
in a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, it was literally
God.
everything but end product. Like Keylor Navas had to make two
That was
obscene saves. There's one from a corner in the 6-yard box. Yes, it was straight at him, but
Yeah.
that could have easily rebounded back out, or he's got to react quick.
Yeah.
And then there was a free kick from Gundogan that he tipped over the bar, and it's like this guy has changed our season.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think it's like it says a lot about how far Forest have come that we lost 6-0 in August, and we've drawn this
Yeah,
time.
so one of your fans, using it to slate Dean Henderson essentially.
Oh, that's
So it's
ridiculous. Just because Navas is better than Henderson doesn't mean... And, people are trying to compare the two games. It's like, the thing that impressed me is in Cooper's post-match interview, he was referring to the fact we normally play, on the front foot. And he said we had to sacrifice that way of playing. We accepted that against City. We'd have to park the bus a bit and catch them on the counter,
Yeah.
which we did because all 11 players touched the ball in the build-up to our goal, which I
Nice.
think is very
So, yeah,
impressive.
that is impressive. You
Yeah,
don't see that
yeah.
often.
It's like we hardly touched the ball. We had like
Yeah.
27% possession.
Yeah.
And then we just pounced when it counted. My star boy, Morgan Gibbs-White, getting a really good assist.
He
Chris
did.
Wood
He did.
actually
He
scoring a
did.
goal.
You're
no,
welcome.
Sorry?
You're welcome.
Yeah. But never doubted him for a second.
Is
But
that his first goal for
that's
Forest?
his first goal. He
What
played...
time to get it?
Yeah, I mean, because he was getting a lot of criticism during the week because basically there was a clause in his loan that if he made 3 appearances, his move became permanent for 15 million in the summer, and our
Yeah, I
fans
saw
were
that.
pissed. Sorry, beat that out as well. No, to score against City, to get a point, 8 home games undefeated. A few weeks ago on this podcast, I said that we can pick up points against anyone that's not Arsenal or City. That game's now reassured me that we can get points against anyone, particularly at home. So,
Yeah.
I think City, the fact we did it against a good City team as well. It's not like City, like when we beat like Liverpool or drew with Chelsea, you weren't on form. But with City, it was like they've just beat Arsenal. You
Yeah,
could see the
at the
confidence.
Emirates, yeah.
Bernardo Silva broke his goal drought. I know it was a
Yeah.
very nice
That
goal.
was a great goal.
It was a
Great
really
goal.
nice goal. I
Great
think it
goal.
really caught the keeper off guard as well because it was kind of down the middle, but it's still a great finish.
Right into the roof of the net.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, City are going to rinse us. And then in the second half,
Yeah.
Foden had a 1-on-1 and he slipped when he tried to square it to Haaland. Then
Yeah, I remember.
Felipe, who's been a great... Because we only have 2 fit centre-backs as well. And Felipe has really stepped up and I'd say now he's our best defender. But really good result. I think, now it's proved we can go up against anyone. We're staying up.
Nice.
Get that on record.
You've been saying it for a while.
I am, and I'm not
That's
going to be
a
proven
good
wrong.
Yeah.
And what about that Chris Wood deal in general? Because I also saw stuff on Twitter about the clause. I don't know what was the point of bringing him on loan if after 3 games you're going to pay the money
It's
anyway.
like 3 games.
Yeah.
He's
Was
obviously
it 3 starts or just 3 appearances?
3 appearances. And it's like, for
That's
me,
poor business.
Yeah,
from
the thing is,
Forest.
like, if we do go down, we're paying 50.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm worried about.
Championship. We must be very confident that we're staying up. And don't get me wrong, in the Championship, Chris Wood would rip
Yeah,
it
he
to
has done
pieces.
well in the
We'd be
Championship,
straight back.
hasn't he?
Yeah, with Leeds,
With
obviously.
Leeds, yeah.
And was there one season with Burn? No, there wasn't. I don't
No,
think.
he left as soon
Yeah,
as
yeah,
he
yeah.
got
So,
relegated,
but the
yeah.
thing is, like, he'd help bring us straight back up. but it's like 15 million quid. The one worry I have with Forest is in January we bought a lot of older players in. Like, of the 7 players we bought in, 6 of them were over 30.
You brought in 7 players as well, massive.
Oh yeah, we bought in Danilo, poached in from Arsenal, by the way. I do
Brazilian
worry.
wonder kid.
Yeah, no, he has looked very good so far. He played against City, and I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Chris Wood. Obviously, you can call it, he scored a tap in, but he got in the right place.
Yeah, if you're
yeah.
the right place at the right time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tap-ins are hard to score. I mean, Haaland scores a lot of tap-ins, but it's because he reads the game
The positioning,
so well.
yeah.
And again, Haaland, I think that's the worst I've seen him play.
Yeah, that miss.
That miss from the 6-yard box after hitting the bar, like, that's not very Haaland. And then Navas denied him literally seconds later. I think I was going to make a joke about how our atmosphere got to City because they're not very used to playing in front of a full stadium.
No, it's quite a
but
hostile
no.
place. Yeah.
The City ground is one of the best atmospheres in the Prem, and the fact we've gone 8 home games without a defeat says it all. And the fact that Cooper said that we can change our way of playing, because when we lost 6-0 to City, we were trying to play on the front foot, attacking football. You can't do that against City. That game was all about keeping a low block, high press, and it worked.
And that's the thing you were saying about, obviously, 8 unbeaten at home.
Yeah.
And you said your away form is pretty
hit
bad.
and
But
miss. But
it just probably proves that it's not an easy place to go to.
No, it's
especially
not.
when you have all the fans behind your back.
Yeah.
They're all quite close to the picture at Prem Stadium, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
That's reassuring that when we're at home, we can now beat anyone. No home game worries me now. Maybe Arsenal, but I think it'll be home form that keeps us up. And if we can nick a few points away, again, they say 40 points is the benchmark. We'll get that with home form alone. So.
Yeah, you should get that. I think.
Yeah,
I think you'll stay up definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of worse. There's definitely teams that are not as good.
Yeah,
Let's
but
just
I
say
think
that.
also on Saturday a few teams around us got results. Bournemouth won,
Southampton.
Everton
Yeah,
won, Southampton
yeah.
won. So we'll get onto that soon, Andy. But it was I saw the result from the Everton game. I was like, okay, we have to get something here because we're only 4 points off the drop. So it was good we got a point.
Yeah.
Good
definitely.
point. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Really.
I mean, much about City. Like, it's just funny that, well, not funny, but it always happens that Arsenal nick a win and then City drop points. Like in title races, these things happen.
It's
so much.
wild. I'd say that's the most surprising result from a City standpoint because they beat Arsenal.
Yeah, at
That's
least you
literally-
beat Arsenal though. Like,
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
beat
that
us. At least
game
we
was.
didn't lose to
That was
Forest
a
as
6.
well.
That was a 6-pointer. Yeah. At least you got something from it.
Yeah.
It's like, but that blows the title race wide open.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Like United are now.
Yeah,
creeping in.
no. This is what I was saying. Like you've all been slating me. Man United genuinely could win the league.
Yeah, they could.
And I think they
they're
have
going
it
about
in
their business very quietly as well. Like just getting wins. No one's really talking
Yeah,
about
no,
them.
I think
They're
it's
doing
because
well,
they've set a standard where it's routine for them to win now. They don't. It's weird. You look back to the start of the season, the opening 2 games. Luke's just there like.
No,
It's true though.
I think City will win the league.
I think Man United win the league. I actually stand by
No.
it.
I don't think it's.
this season.
I don't think it's a.
It's
terrible
not as
team.
wild as you
It's-
think it is.
No. I just think City obviously have that longevity of being able to win league titles.
It'll be a 3-way shootout the last game of the season.
Oh, that's
Well,
a shout.
that-
That would be an
It's
narrative.
possible. It's possible.
But then that would be weird because this is really a little bit off topic, but they would have to make like 2 replica trophies and then have them.
Yeah,
Distributed.
Oh,
Music.
like they did in 2011
Yeah.
You'd be
12.
like, how would you?
Oh, can you imagine if it's last day of the
'Cause
season,
who-
the Manchester
Who
club?
City got Wolves, or is it Arsenal that got Wolves in the last game of the season?
One of them has.
I think it's
know.
Arsenal.
Yeah, I think it's Arsenal got Wolves. I don't know who City.
Chelsea is our last home game, and then we're away at Brighton or something. I can't quite
I
remember.
don't know. Man.
Charlie, if you're going to bring these facts up, maybe research them before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've come in with no research, obviously, and making myself look a bit like a mug.
But yeah, no, it would be interesting.
Brentford you've
Brentford
got.
away.
That's winnable. Tough game, but you'd win that.
I think it could go down to the last game between 3 teams.
Between 3 teams.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I
mean,
think that's really. I
But
think
the
that's possible.
Like, no one else is gonna.
Okay, who do you think is going to come second?
It's got to be United, City. If
Yeah,
you're
I'd
saying
say
United.
City.
But it doesn't really matter if it's last game of the
Yeah,
season.
I
They're
was
all
gonna
battling
say,
it out
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Like,
it
that's
does.
just
I just want to know,
The
considering.
The thing is,
I just want to see if you have Arsenal second.
It's really hard to say. No,
Okay.
because it is. It's very.
Look,
The top 3 teams are very.
if
open.
we're on about the last day, United have got Fulham. I think Fulham are very good this season.
Yeah,
They've got the toughest game.
Why,
They
what are the
do.
other games?
Yeah.
So Arsenal have Wolves. They'll win that.
Easy win.
City have Brentford. I think it'll be close game because Brentford are good. They'll have nothing to play for though. City win that. Like I really rate Fulham. Like obviously I rate United
Where-
more, but
Is it at Old Trafford?
it's at Old Trafford.
Of course, it's at Old Trafford.
Yeah, so-
As
course
Wolves at
it
the
is.
Emirates.
yeah, I believe so.
We're the only one away.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, 1 trophy in Fulham, 1 trophy in Manchester.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Is
guessing
it-
how that could be. Yeah, that'd probably
No.
be, and then someone would have to lift the because this is what we were talking about. Like, when Man City won it in 2013, did they lift a real deal?
I think it was a case. They had a bit of time because of pitch invasions.
So did they have
and
it
all
in a
that.
helicopter?
I believe.
Just flying
I
around.
think
Yeah.
because we were. It was a thing of even if United won, if we won, we won the league. We were top. So we had the real one, and I think United were going to have the replica one. Depending on how the table looks. it
Yeah, I
depends
don't
on
know.
who
It's
has
a
it.
question. I don't know if anyone.
Oh yeah, no one knows. The
Yeah,
answer
that's a question I
now.
want to know. But
Yeah, that is
obviously
interesting.
Reminds
What
me
do you
of just reminds me of last season. The leaked pictures at Anfield.
Yeah.
You know, they had the little cardboard thing for the little stage. For
Yeah,
the Premier
yeah, they
League.
would. They'd have to
the Premier
prepare
League.
for it, but
Mm.
and then like, what do they do with it after? Just throw it away.
Yeah,
But-
true.
Burn it.
Burn it.
Burn the trophy.
Yeah, well, it's
True.
wrong. So it said Liverpool winners on it.
Yeah.
It's-
That's
they
too
did
funny.
Yeah, but they have to prepare
Useless.
for it, innit? Because
Yeah, they
again,
do have
it
to
went
prepare.
like you said, like it's went down to the last game. Like they have to prepare for both
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not like nothing wrong there, really.
Oh no,
No,
absolutely.
it's just funny when it
Yeah,
goes
I
wrong.
know.
It's just- you
Obviously,
can see both sides of
you,
it.
you know what social media's like. You know, Man City
Yeah.
win, and it'll be like, oh, look at Liverpool, look at this.
No,
But
it's like when we played at Wembley. Huddersfield had a bus prepared. It was like, oh,
yeah, no,
we
it's
are
like,
Premier League. I was
it's
like,
yeah. Again, it's like Luton definitely had a thing saying we are
oh,
going to Wembley.
Yeah, and you changed the graphic like, thank you,
just-
for your support.
Yeah,
I saw
just
that.
change
Oh,
the
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like, and the fans replied like, you definitely have
yeah,
this as a
it probably
Wembley.
was, but
That's funny.
Yeah, you've got to come unpaired.
No, I don't mind that, but it's just funny.
Yeah, it's just funny.
But yeah,
And so sticking in Liverpool, Everton got a massive win
Mm.
against Leeds. I don't know if anyone saw
Oh,
the goal.
You know what, right?
No, I didn't.
I heard it was
No.
shit goalkeeping from Melier. It is.
Yeah.
But Coleman did very well to spot him off his line and
Yeah.
volley
Well,
it.
me and
Half
Luke have
volley.
been debating it.
Mm.
I think he means to shoot there.
I think he was crossing to the 6-yard
I've
box.
not. I've
It
not.
looked like
there
a
was no one.
shot.
Get up the goal
I
quick
think
on
it
my
was a
laptop.
shot, you know.
Yeah, I think it was a shot
Like-
because there was no one anywhere near.
There wasn't anyone
to
there.
cross to.
Like, and it's a very shit cross.
it's just
if
so
that's-
unusual that you see that goal go in. The keeper caught
Yeah.
out like
the
that.
keeper really caught out. Again,
keeper's
I've
not
never
good.
rated Melier. I'm going to be honest.
He's only young.
No. In my first season, I was like, okay, he makes a few mistakes. He's got potential, nothing too special.
Mm.
But it's like he's been in the Prem, 3 seasons now?
Yeah,
He,
no,
le-
that's
he,
great,
he
man.
has a lot of clangers.
Yeah, and Reece, I do take your opinion quite seriously when it comes to goalkeepers. To be fair, you are a goalkeeper
Goalkeeping expert. yeah.
Goalkeeping expert. Yeah, no, I don't think he's very good. I
Oh.
think Leeds need to.
Right, let's get
Wow.
this goal up.
Yeah,
Who
you
were
watched
they
that, Charlie.
going- who
won't
were
you?
Was it near the end?
Who-
Oh,
who-
here we go. I think
What?
it's.
Just
Who-
turn
who
the
are they gonna
volume
get
off,
in?
Charlie.
Yeah, the volume's off.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing.
I
There's a
have
bit
no
of scrapping
idea.
going on.
What are you talking about?
Just which goalkeeper?
If
they've got.
Melia goes, who do Leeds get?
Oh yeah, God
Who's a
knows.
better keeper for them?
Anyone.
Good question. Yeah, I'm sure there's someone out there. Leeds like to pick
Hugo
players
Lloris.
from like.
Stick
Oh,
to
yes.
French theme.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
as
he did.
well.
Sorry.
Right, Charlie, go on.
No. I was going to say he did not mean that.
Well, then what's he trying to do?
Is he trying to cross it and there's
Yeah.
just no one there?
Yeah, it's got to be across. I'm sorry. but-
Well, I mean,
You know his positioning though? It does just remind me of Carl the Dragon in the
Yeah.
All-Stars charity
Yeah,
match.
actually he does.
yeah, the goalkeeping position is
Stood
awful.
there.
yeah, the positioning's awful. Maybe he did catch him off his line, but I feel like it's very hard to direct the ball in that area.
Yeah,
To go so directly and so precise into the side of the net.
true.
So I
Yeah.
I don't
It's just a
know.
funny
The
goal.
thing is, in the interview, he claimed that he meant it. I think. But
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know what? I think he did mean it.
Yeah, I
He's,
think
he's,
Yeah.
just watch back. He had a look.
He looked.
Before he
quick
shot.
before the shot.
Yeah.
He had a look.
that-
No one's in the box.
Yeah, that's the thing. Surely that'd be the cue to cut back or pass it back.
So he had a little look, saw Melia was off his line and thought, yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
Why not?
Yeah.
You got to try.
He looked in the
Way towards
box.
that.
There was nobody in the box. Not even the defender.
Yeah,
There was just a keeper off his line.
Yeah, fair.
What a weird goal.
On his 401st appearance.
that's what I was about to say. Last week we gave him a shout out for
Yeah.
400 appearances for Everton. Now 401 he scores. But yeah, he's had a very underrated career.
Yeah.
Coleman.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
be a
No,
Prem
he's-
starter
he's-
for 15 years is
It's quite wild, isn't it?
lovely to see. And
15.
And what a
Yeah.
result for Everton as well.
maybe 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dyche. Like me and you, Andy,
Yeah,
were
Dyche.
saying, Dyche, it's going to turn around.
He'll keep.
Yeah, we said he'll keep him up, but
I feel like everyone just buys into what he says.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
he just wants hard work.
And that's it.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the way to be.
It is, yeah.
Well, I saw
they need to like.
I saw a TikTok last week where there's this video where Sean Dyche explains his tactics, like for Burnley, and then it mirrored like Everton playing the exact same way. Like they're already buying into his system, and I think if you've got all the players invested, then you know I think Everton will stay up now. Like they got that win against Arsenal, and I was like, okay, they could kick on here, and that was a 6-pointer with Leeds.
Yeah, it also helps that they've got some Burnley players already in the squad.
Yeah,
how valuable
so it's
is
like
that?
that's the thing. They can pass on there.
Because they'll be chatting to the other lads.
Yeah,
being
this is what we're gonna do.
buy into what he's saying.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like Tarkowski, like he was a player that Dyche really trusted at Burnley. I'm sure he's got that sort of relationship with him. Dwight McNeil.
Yeah.
You know, Chris Wood. Wait, Chris Wood?
Oh wait, sorry. I'm just thinking ex Burnley players.
Oh yeah.
Even down to Michael Keane as well.
Yeah, at least
Dwight McNeil.
even if he doesn't play like that around the dressing room, it's good to have that.
Oh yeah.
Established core.
Yeah, he's just very old-fashioned, isn't he?
Established core of shit houses.
Yeah, literally.
That is what he loves, to be fair.
I like that though. I like the old school kind of no
And,
nonsense. Get on with it.
I think his perception is like he's a hard man. You don't want to mess with him. I bet you he's so fun though. Like, have any of you heard about
he seems
his?
sounding.
Yeah, have you heard about what he does with fines? That they have a wheel.
Yeah.
And like they make a game out of it for like small fines. If you turn up 5 minutes late for training, you're doing a wheel, and if I don't know, you might have to go and dance in front of everyone or something like that.
I think another thing is on TikTok. He was in a podcast, and apparently he likes drum and bass and techno music.
Yeah,
and he likes like Kasabian and stuff.
He gets seen at festivals a lot.
Yeah. He likes going raving apparently. So
can you imagine?
He likes going
trying to picture that.
But yeah, no, he just seems like a great bloke, and everyone's obviously bought into him.
Come on the podcast, Sean.
Come on, Sean.
Well, I think
the thing that worries me, right, is Everton play Forest in a few weeks. Dyche has been basically a season ticket holder at Forest.
Yeah, I was going to say
he's seen every game we've played, and it's like I think Everton might win that game. You know,
that
they'll end our home run. I'm calling it.
Is that Forest?
Yeah, I'm going to make a bold call there. See, I'm not biased.
Be interesting to see that. To be fair,
yeah, no, definitely.
Because we'll lose at home eventually, and that game kind of feels like it's got that.
That
vibe.
Could be it.
I think you're right. To be fair.
Yeah, it'll be tight, very.
If
tight.
there's any team that probably will beat you,
because like it's a 6-pointer team with two teams with momentum. But I think Dyche has watched us all season. He'll know.
You know the ins and outs.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I really hope.
Well, let's hope you're wrong.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Charlie.
Well, I think from one team that's bought into what their manager's trying to say, one team that definitely hasn't is Chelsea with Graham Potter.
Here we go.
Good transition.
No, an awful result against bottom of the league Southampton. I don't know if anyone saw the free kick. But
you didn't Kepa get a hand on it, or am I?
There was an angle where I think Kepa probably could have got it.
But it's like it's Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, it's Ward-Prowse. That's fine. But the annoying thing is, Azpilicueta gives away a cheap free kick on the stroke of half time against Southampton. Like, are you joking?
Yeah, no. It's not, because if you give Southampton a free kick, it's basically a penalty.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Especially if it's in kind of like the 25.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I hate to bring Nathan Jones back into the conversation, right? But hear me out. you know his last game against Wolves.
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse gets a free kick, and if Jones has told him to do this, and it baffles me, he tried to pass the ball, and they obviously fucked it. And I was like, if Nathan Jones has told him not, like, it's like, you know, in the World Cup when the Netherlands did it and it worked.
Yeah.
You could be like, fair play, and I guess hindsight, but it's like, this is James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, let him do it.
He's good at crossing and he's good at shooting.
This is his biggest free kick. Like that could have had so much relevance to their season. The success rate. And he tries to be smart, and if it's Ward-Prowse trying it, it's a bit dumb, but you give him a free pass because he's saved him many times. But anyway, I don't know why I had to bring
feels
Nathan
a bit
Jones
Nathan Jonesy though.
But I was just like, anyway, he's clearly learnt from his mistakes, because that free kick against Chelsea was very nice. It was but it's like, the fact is Chelsea just didn't respond, did they?
Yeah, so overarching question. Is James Ward-Prowse the best free kick taker in the world right now?
Name me someone else that's
in the world.
Yeah.
Maybe Messi. He scored a
Messi scored one on the weekend,
last minute
some
winner.
takers.
I don't think Rashford scores that many.
Yeah, when he does, it's outrageous. But no, he
Messi,
doesn't.
Trippier.
No, he's definitely the best in the Prem. Definitely.
Yeah,
since
Trent
scores
free kicks for fun.
A few seasons ago, there was logic for Trent, but
since Dimitri Payet, I don't think anyone's really.
But Ward-Prowse is just outrageous.
Ward-Prowse, definitely.
But
great.
He'll get a big move.
Anyway, less about Ward-Prowse.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. So I mean, Does anyone think Graham Potter is a good manager?
No.
Doing
No.
a good
Well,
job?
I-
not
well,
not a good manager.
yeah.
That's not fair. But
He's
I'm-
clearly
not the right fit.
Not the right fit.
but
because
No.
I've been saying it since the start.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
were.
want him, but that was more to do with Tuchel than Potter.
Yeah.
Potter's not done anything to justify the Chelsea job.
I
No,
think
he hasn't. No.
his work at Brighton, I think, justifies it.
Yeah, but there's a difference between Brighton and Chelsea.
Yeah, you've got to work your way up, but at the
I
same
know you got to
time,
work
it's
your way
like
up, but like,
if Brighton had got like Europe or something, then maybe
Yeah.
you might have been swayed a bit.
And Brighton are doing amazingly without him.
They're doing better.
That doesn't look-
If you actually watch Brighton, they're better without him.
they are better without
They
him.
somehow play nicer
They're
football.
grinding out results.
Yeah, well they're not even grind. Like they are actually dominating games.
The thing is, as much as people say about Potter, I think Chelsea have gone way over the top of their signings, which is impacting the football.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
That's
just-
the board, no?
Yeah, that's the board. But I think like you've just got so many players that I feel like
600 million spent in half a
I
season.
well,
feel like
It is a bit
it's
Charlie, let me give you the facts because I do agree with you on that. Chelsea
Okay.
currently have a 33-man squad.
that's what I mean.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, but
It's
Chelsea had to bring these players
You
in
had
because of the
injuries.
contract
If you-
loop. You need to get people in now.
yeah.
If you maybe think about
You
who
don't need to.
Chelsea
Yeah,
had
you do.
in squad playing when Potter first joined, you think about Aubameyang, you think about Azpilicueta, Lewis Hall,
Mm.
you know, people like that, Jorginho. Obviously Kante's been injured.
Yeah.
You think
You
about
had-
what he actually had and how they were playing. You gotta feel for him a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I
let's
mean-
touch on that. So, how he was playing. When he took over, he was 3 points off the top four. Newcastle were 4th at the time. Chelsea are nowhere near the top 4 now.
Yeah. No,
Like,
that's
Chelsea
thing, they've gone
10th
backwards.
or 11th.
Mm.
Because I'd say I'm playing devil's advocate here because I actually agree with everything you're saying. But you know, people talk about long-term projects in football,
Yeah.
but when the project actually seems long-term, people then don't like it. Now, but with this, it's more like there wasn't really an issue with Tuchel. There was the argument that he wasn't a great man manager and he fell out with players quite easily. But he was, again, like you say, you were 3 points off the top 4.
Yeah, and that's probably happened now.
And
anyway.
the thing is, I think long-term it could work for Potter, but at the same time, it would require a European push.
I
going
don't
forward.
think he's gonna get the time. But I don't actually.
I think the thing
genuinely
is
don't
right.
know,
As soon as the fans turn on you,
which has happened.
which has happened very much, it's very hard to win him back because now, even if he goes on a good run, it won't take much to
To
turn the
go
fans back
back.
against you.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to build
Well,
that rapport.
A good example of that is when Sarri was the Chelsea manager. He finished 3rd, won a Europa League final.
Yeah.
He didn't have the fans on side for reasons I don't really know. But
You were a fan of Sarri then.
He's
I'm not a fan, but I
dirty
wasn't.
smoker.
I just, yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, yeah, he did a relatively good job. Beat Arsenal in the Europa
Yeah.
League final,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
just didn't have the fans on board. I mean, I've got some stats for you here. Potter's win percentage as Chelsea manager in the Premier League is less than 30%.
Well, that's the thing. It's like 3 wins in 17.
Yeah, 17, I think.
That's
yeah.
that's relegation form.
Chelsea haven't beat a team higher than 11th in the league this year.
Holy
Oh
shit.
Jesus!
In the last 15 games,
That
they've-
argument literally nails that he should be sacked for me.
yeah.
Like,
Right,
Well, give me
you
some
got
more
Spurs.
stats.
You got Spurs next.
Yeah.
If you don't beat Spurs, he's sacked.
I'm worried, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah,
worried
yeah.
about Spurs. But so Chelsea in the last 15 games, league games, got 15 points, 10 goals scored, 13 conceded. It's just very bleak. And I take
Yeah.
your point, Reece, about buying into a project. That's all well
But
and
it's
good.
like-
And that was the talk of what he was going
When
to
he-
be.
when he brought it.
We have
brought it in.
time, cool, the expectations aren't there. I don't like the fact that there hasn't been the pressure to get top 4. He was 3 points
Yeah,
off 4th
if
when
you-
he took over. He should have the pressure. This
3
is
points
Chelsea we're
off.
talking about.
Spending, because, like, regardless of what you think of Chelsea's recruitment, the owner's backing him.
They have spent
They're
a load of money.
backing him.
Yeah, that's
Like-
the other thing as well. I don't know if you saw his post-match interview against Southampton, but he said that Southampton are well-oiled, like
They're
they've-
bottom of the
yeah,
league, mate.
they don't have a manager. Like, if there's one team you want to play right now,
Like,
it's
aren't
Southampton.
well-oiled, it's Southampton, 'cause the
Yeah.
behind
New
the
manager
scenes,
bounce is the.
Sorry, he said well-prepared, but yeah, bottom of the league, Southampton. That is the one game you would definitely want. I think it's maybe the first away game they've won this year or something.
God,
they've done the
they're
double
really
over Chelsea
smart.
this year.
Holy
Their first clean
sh-
sheet in ages. I mean, Chelsea had a few chances.
This is
but-
diabolical.
Yeah, not
or a clean
enough.
sheet for Bazunu.
Oh yes. Nah, fuck
Silver
Bazunu on
linings.
Saturday.
Silver linings and all that.
I mean,
for
this is
you.
something that none of you would have an opinion on, but David Fofana, he played striker for Chelsea. I thought he had a good first half of the game. Subbed off at half time.
Really?
Brought on Sterling as a false 9.
Wait, where was João Felix playing?
He plays as a 10.
Oh,
Like
I thought
that.
Sterling was on the right.
Well, then maybe Havertz played up front or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Felix
either
was
way,
on
I thought
this
Fofana was
nine.
doing everything a Chelsea striker does.
Yeah.
He's big, he was doing the touches down. I was like, okay, I can buy into this, and then took off at half
subbed
time.
off. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
God knows what that was. I mean, it's very bleak. And like you were saying, Charlie, it's Tottenham away next, which Chelsea haven't lost at Spurs' new stadium yet.
Oh,
That's changing this weekend.
No, it won't.
That's
it won't.
definitely
Really,
changing.
No, it's not. It's not.
Spurs will win.
Chelsea's form is the worst it's been since
They'll
'95.
step
Yeah,
up
but
for that game.
for a derby,
Yeah.
form goes out the window.
I just don't think they've got the minerals.
Look, I don't think it will be a good game.
No,
It will be scrappy.
Yeah, probably
no
will be
Spurs
scrappy.
game.
Spurs' defence and
No.
look, they haven't got. It doesn't really matter, but they don't have their usual goalkeeper. Their defence is quite.
I think
weak. It'll be.
Yeah, they have got some
It
injuries.
won't be a good game. It'll be a draw. Oh, there you go.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
I'm saying Tottenham win.
not having Hugo Lloris isn't necessarily.
No,
a bad
it's
thing.
not.
But I get your
But it
point.
depends
They did
what-
lose 4-1 to Leicester the
'Cause
other week.
it-
Let's not forget that.
True.
Yeah, but this is a.
Then
This is the
Chelsea just
thing.
lost to Southampton.
Oh yeah, no, Spurs will win. That's
Oh,
It was
right.
only 1-0 and not a
The-
3-0.
4-1.
4-1.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, 3
yeah,
goal
4-1,
cushion.
3-0.
It depends how they start because I was thinking this the other day. When they don't start Son and Son comes off the bench, he tears the game up.
Yeah.
He always scores
Last
coming off
half
the
an
bench.
hour, yeah.
Yeah, so
minute,
that'll be
yeah.
interesting to see if they, play with Richarlison up there and then come
Brilliant.
to sub on Son.
I think there's logic to
Yeah.
starting both.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I'll be honest. I thought after the Southampton game, I thought that was the final nail. They got booed off so loud.
Yeah, they got
I
booed
remember
off,
hearing
yeah.
that. on the
Which they
highlights.
deserve to get booed off. The form's
no.
been awful. Losing to
No,
the bottom
of
of the league,
course.
Southampton.
Yeah.
Like,
and the double as well over them.
yeah, but
Yeah.
he wasn't in charge. It was Tuchel that lost the away
It's
leg,
still
to be fair,
bad.
but-
Still.
Yeah, it's still against
Yeah,
a very
it's very poor.
average Southampton.
Southampton
team.
are going down.
Not average, below average.
They're shit.
Yeah. Well, depends what your average is. If your average is football league, they're pretty average.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not good, is it?
no, it's not good. I
It's
mean,
not looking good, bro.
I'm just. It doesn't surprise me anymore. Like,
No, you come. That's the thing. Chelsea looks like an easy fixture for most teams.
yeah.
And
And the thing is, as well, I think the only reason why he's not been sacked yet is because apparently he's the 4th highest paid manager in the league. Which who made that decision?
I
Like,
reckon, like he should be sacked this weekend if they lose to Spurs.
Yeah.
But I think they'll wait till the Dortmund wait till you're out the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we beat Dortmund. But,
Yeah,
What's
I
answer?
think
yeah.
Do you want to know what I think?
Okay.
So, you don't sack him this weekend, right? What I'd do, you
You
wait, you see out this season. It is a bit of a write-off, but that's not really, I don't know. You wait next season, see how he does, full season under Potter, see what he can do, and then decide. That's what I would
Okay,
do.
I think that's too
if
much
I'm
time.
if I'm the board. No, he's only had. When did he come in?
He took over in September.
Yeah, but
September.
he's had
and we're in
basically full season.
and we're in February.
Yeah, but come on, Luke. Like,
Think about it, Charlie.
look what Andy said. About,
Arteta
oh,
took
this
3
is-
years to get that Arsenal team into
Look-
shape, and
Yeah,
now
Look at
they're
him now.
they're top of the table.
I've seen a counterpoint to that because I've seen this
Go on,
exact
Reece.
discussion on. I can't remember if it was a podcast or Twitter or something, but
A rival.
The thing with Arteta, he's an ex-player. He knows people at Arsenal. He can communicate that vision to Arsenal quite well. Also, Arsenal had a very young squad. They had a bit more long-termism. Chelsea, a very good player emerges, buy him. Like I feel like
No, not
since-
necessarily that,
True,
Reece.
true.
Chelsea bought a lot of young players.
No. It's changed a bit, particularly with under
The
Lampard.
winter was that very different to the summer.
Yeah,
transfer.
yeah, yeah.
The summer was like Koulibaly, Sterling, older players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with Arteta, obviously he'd worked with Pep. That worked in his favour. They won an FA Cup in the first season,
yeah.
so it's not like Arteta was out. With Arteta, it was a consistency thing. With Potter,
He's got his hipster ball.
he's been. I nearly swore again there. Potter has been dire. There's been nothing.
Yeah.
Like the FA Cup, I think, gave him something to stand on a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think Potter has that.
And like I'm sure with the stats, I've emphasised how badly he's
That-
doing.
those-
He's doing so much worse than Arteta.
Yeah,
did.
that's the thing. Arteta started well, and it dropped off.
Yeah.
But that FA Cup and the fact they play inventive football, you saw signs of the City team. Pep
Yeah,
City
I don't
team.
know what Chelsea's trying to do.
But with Chelsea, it's like every game. I read an Athletic article and they said Potter changes formations every time he sneezes. Like that's literally like he's not settled. At least Arteta's settled on the system.
Yeah, it's too much.
So I
He knew
don't.
what he was doing.
Like Dom, I get what you mean comparing the two, but I think the circumstances are so different.
And also, Arteta is the exception to the rule. Not every manager deserves 3 bad seasons to maybe have a title push.
I think Arsenal are, because the thing is, Arsenal aren't as trigger happy as Chelsea. Well, new owners, but
No, they're not. No.
but it's like they took a while to sack Wenger. Emery they stuck with longer than they probably should have.
Yeah,
And you know, I respect the patience because it's paying off. But with Potter, it's like there's nothing. Well, name one good game Potter's had.
AC Milan away, but yeah, that was probably in like October.
True.
Yeah.
But okay, Luke, if you're saying that though, so does this season literally not matter?
It's a bit like you've said before. This season's a write-off.
It is a write-off, but that's
So what
because
sh-
of Graham Potter.
Yeah, but what? So you just want? If you want him sacked, okay, fine. If you want him sacked, who do you want in?
I mean, this is controversial, but I'd take Pochettino.
Yeah. No, you know what?
Do you think you'd go?
Do you like?
Yeah, he'd take that job in a
Well,
heartbeat.
it was Potter v Pochettino in September. They were the two candidates.
Yeah.
That,
I don't know why you.
What, Charlie?
I said, really, Potter over Pochettino. You Well, I'd choose Pochettino definitely.
Yeah, so would I. But
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't see the problem with that at all.
But yeah,
Oh.
because come on, can we emphasise Chelsea are in relegation form.
After
Chelsea aren't actually that far off the relegation zone. Maybe 10 points. On the weekend, it could be
Yeah.
7.
Chelsea getting relegated.
Imagine you go down.
Ah,
No, but like,
no, like I'm not saying that's possible, but I think they, for a brief period, they'll be just bought into that. But and then
the
that,
fact that we're in that conversation is
and
mental.
yeah. If you get to that point, you have to sack him.
Yeah,
You have to sack
I think
him.
if we get 6 points off the bottom,
You
we've
sack him.
it's got to go blood.
No, like I'm looking at if I'm a Todd what's his face Todd Bowley, and I see that I'm like, I've spent 600 million quid. I'm not playing against.
I'm paying you however much.
I'm
a
not.
week.
I was about to
Yeah,
say.
that's what I'm saying. I can't believe he's. the
Don't you
fourth-
dare say it.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say. I was about to say I'm not playing against Luton Town with my 6.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
Luton will take their place.
I can't believe.
Well, that's,
No.
Hmm?
I can't remember what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
Chelsea going down with $1 billion in the bank.
Oh yeah, steal a Man City chance.
Imagine if Man City get their punishment, go down with Chelsea.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, Reece. No, that's what I was going to say. I think the only reason why Potter's still in the job is because A, we've paid him so much. B, Bowley's the one that wanted him in the first place, so he doesn't want to look like a mug.
He was I was about to say that, like, they sacked Tuchel controversially, and everyone was like, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, like, we'll bring our guy in.
Bowley wants to be like, you all laughed at me. Well, I have to
Yeah.
say you're not laughing now.
I
But
just can't see it.
It's backfired.
It's
Yeah.
really bad.
And then
Yes,
another
yes.
thing is, like, Potter himself hasn't done himself any favours. Like, he's not bought into the fans.
That's the thing. Like
His
he
interviews are
he
boring.
regularly. They can be quite exciting when he's pissed off, but
he is a boring guy.
he's trying to be like Mourinho. In
Yeah,
some
you're talking
interviews.
about that one interview.
No,
though.
he's done it a couple of times, I think.
Well, I'm thinking the game after. The interview after the West Ham game. He comes out and he says, "Oh well, we didn't get our handball. These things happen.
Yeah,
it's
I
VAR."
feel like he did this.
Like, come and do a Conte or a Mourinho or a Tuchel and
Yeah,
say
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a campaign against Chelsea.
he did.
The decisions are awful. Like something like that. That's
thing
what,
with
that's what
Potter
Chelsea
is-
managers
Everyone's
do.
against us.
Yeah,
But the thing is, like,
that's what you want.
Potter had a reputation at
Can't say
Brighton
anything.
for being very. He didn't criticise his players. If things went wrong, he tried to create a positive. And I think he's
Yeah.
refusing to be critical of his team to keep that positivity. But there's a point where optimism turns into delusion.
Yeah.
And I think now we're stepping into that territory.
And now you've said that, I also remember he got booed off as Brighton manager.
And I remember he looked at he got booed off at Brighton once because
Yeah.
of their home form last season, which wasn't very good, by the way.
Yeah.
And I remember he looked at the crowd and shook his head, and it's like you have to empathise a bit with your supporters.
Yeah, but then I think his point then was like Brighton were like 10th in the league and like
Yeah. No,
it's
there was,
Brighton, but
there was logic, but I think there's
You're
a
at
way of
Chelsea.
being like, you know, I understand your frustration. Here's my counterpoint. We're working to be better because at the end of the day, home form's big. Because if you're a season ticket holder and you're seeing your team lose every week,
and if
Yeah,
you don't
and
enjoy going to watch your team play,
yeah. So I think
It's
I do agree booing them was
definitely.
harsh. I was a bit confused. Like, are they booing? What?
Wait, what,
But-
Chelsea?
Well, no, when he was
Oh,
at
no,
Brighton.
Brighton.
Oh, Brighton,
But now
yeah.
it's got to a point where he can't even defend that, and he still
Yeah,
does.
I'm not surprised he
Yeah,
got booed off.
it's warranted.
Yeah, we spent way too long on this.
It's the big talking
Yeah,
point.
I was going to say,
Big
it is a big talking point. But
Well, okay, well we can move on. So the
yeah,
next
I don't
big
mind moving
game.
on.
was Newcastle v Liverpool.
Yeah.
So enjoy that.
There we
Dom.
go.
Do
There we go.
you want to talk about Potter a bit?
Yeah,
I
let's
know.
go back. Yeah, Dom.
Yeah, I've got to be honest with you, I turned it off when Pope got sent off.
Yeah.
Apparently we didn't even play that badly with 10 men, but
No, but the thing is,
it's just stupidity. It's
yeah,
just so stupid.
I think he just
You
panicked.
You know what I mean?
It was
You're talking about somebody who's been talked about in the same bracket of the top goalkeepers in the league this season,
Yeah.
and it's such a schoolboy error.
Yeah,
He's gone out, the ball's bouncing, right, and the one thing I will say, it's kind of too high for a volley and too low for a header.
I think
And
he
I
should
feel like he's went with his head and the ball's dropping. He's
yeah,
just
it's
missed
a
it.
bit silly. I think he should have maybe like controlled it either chest or like thigh.
yeah.
It's
I don't-
kind of it's at very. I
But then-
sympathise. It's at a very awkward level for him.
It's
At the
But
same
You
time,
can't go diving in like
at
that.
the same time, what's he even doing there in the first place?
Yeah,
He's tried to come out and
out.
clear it.
That's
He's
a modern
about 25,
goalkeeper,
30
though.
yards off his
Yeah,
line.
It's
It's great. It's
erratic.
great by Allison
It's-
keeping it, catching him off his
Yeah,
line.
go
Though,
on,
seeing
Charlie.
Salah.
he does that a lot. Allison
It's
does.
fine.
Yeah,
Against
it's
Salah.
just the worst game I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I
we
was gonna
started
say-
well.
Yeah, well, the
Sorry.
first 10 minutes we were all over them,
Yeah.
Right,
and
Charlie.
then they just scored.
No, that's the thing. You had a good chance right at the start. I don't know. It might have been.
I think St. Maximin and Rasak.
Yeah, it was Isak. And in fact, we were actually watching it yesterday. We said Allison pulled off some.
No, it was Almiron, wasn't it? First 10
Yeah,
minutes.
and one. Sorry,
Yeah.
Allison pulled off some great saves. To be fair,
Oh, he did have a
Newcastle could have gone 2-0 up before
Literally.
they could have. And I was saying it was
It was just-
erratic from Pope. Really,
I'll tell you what it was. It was Trippier's worst game in a Newcastle shirt.
Yeah.
The two Liverpool goals were entirely Trippier's fault.
I-
Pulling away from the back line and keeping them both
I
on
mean,
side.
Botman as well for he really, because that ball went down the middle like the one Darwin Núñez's goal.
It was the exact same goal twice over, and
Yeah.
that's what I hate the
Yeah.
most.
Mm.
You see it the first time, you make sure it doesn't happen a second time,
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
the
of
worst.
and it happened again literally 2 or 3 minutes later.
Interesting point on Trippier, right? You mentioned he had his worst game, and you played at your worst. The Athletic did an article on like pass maps. It showed where teams passed the most frequently,
Yeah.
and where their passing was the best. Newcastle's was so heavy towards the right hand side. Like
Yeah.
Eddie Howe's system is so based on the right hand side,
Yeah.
and it's interesting you mentioned Trippier has his worst game on the right hand side. Newcastle have their worst game. Honestly, how Trippier plays is so important to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that can come into it.
The entire
very important
Newcastle attack is based on Trippier overlapping Almiron and Almiron cutting inside. So
Yeah.
you can either play it over the left back or you can put a cross in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the entire attack. We don't have anything on the left hand side because we've got
No.
Dan Burn,
Dan
who's
Burn.
a centre
He's
back.
just a
That
shit
left,
house.
that left hand side, just write it off.
Yeah.
Dan Burn, I love Dan Burn to bits. Great character, but he's not a left back.
Is he not? Does he overlap on? Who have you got on the left wing?
It's
Like,
St. Maximin, Gordon, or Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Depends on which one's playing all right. I mean, usually it's not really many of them.
Usually, so we'll say it's St. Maximin. So do you have Dan Burn overlapping him and
Sometimes.
Maximin coming in? Cutting
Sometimes.
That'd be so funny to look at those 6'7" Dan Burn just trying to run away.
Yeah, well, you remember he did score that goal against Leicester because he overlapped
Really?
In?
I don't remember.
in the Carabao Cup quarter.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm just really annoyed. We've lost twice this season, and we've lost twice to Liverpool,
Mm.
And
which is the annoying part.
and you got the Sunday game, and you got Karius in goal for it.
Yeah. Do you
that-
know what? It's not the worst third choice keeper to have in goal for a cup
No.
final.
No,
is it?
it's not.
But it's like,
No,
thing
it's
is,
not,
right,
it's
you
not.
can meme Karius all you like. The guy
Yeah.
did have concussion in that game.
Yeah,
The
he
Real
was
Madrid game.
concussed.
And it's like, he's experienced playing in big games. And like you say, for a third choice keeper, it's not as bad as people might make out.
And it's
It's just-
also it's
It's just not ideal.
No,
it's
obviously.
not, it's obviously not ideal.
of course, the
because
Bravka's cup tie. That's so typical, isn't it, with
Yeah.
United? But
yeah,
he'll get a
yeah.
medal, you know, if United
Honestly,
win.
I wouldn't.
Genuinely.
Oh yeah, no, you will.
How funny is that?
I wouldn't want Dubravka playing in the final anyway.
Would you not?
I would say
You'd rather-
Dubravka has a clanger in him.
Yeah.
He has.
Karius certainly does.
He's a good shot.
Right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Yeah, too. But no, I like you say, it's not terrible.
Yeah, personally, keeper against his old team with a point to prove in a cup final, it could either be the worst decision or the
Yeah.
best decision ever.
Yeah.
also imagine having a howler and then coming back to the losing changing room with your
That meme
with
where
your
that
medal.
guy. Yeah.
Oh God.
So you
Yeah.
just sit there like, hello.
Here's an interesting point. You know Bruno.
Yeah.
Newcastle haven't won a single game when he's not played.
Yeah, because we
He's-
can't pass forward
He
without.
was suspended, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got sent off against
So,
Southampton.
He's
like-
back in for the final.
Yeah, so that's huge for you.
Yeah.
I think United will win just because they're on another level right now.
Yeah, Rashford's
But
unplayable.
I
Yeah.
think it's one of them where start like you did against Liverpool, put your chances away, and I think you'll be fine.
I've kind of, I mean, Cole is classic pessimistic Newcastle fan, but I've already accepted we're getting beat. Rashford's in the form of his life.
He's
I
on
don't
Ballon
even
d'Or
think.
form,
Yeah,
this
but the
guy.
I
thing
don't
is-
even think a prime Neuer or a prime Casillas could
It's
stop
gonna- yeah.
Rashford
The
at
thing
the
is,
minute.
like Luke says, like big games like that, form kind of does go out the window.
Yeah,
Mm.
somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
Somewhat, but
you never know.
I just don't.
Even if it's
I don't fancy it.
even.
I did buy some Newcastle United themed final merchandise last night.
Oh, did you?
bought
Got a
some
mark.
final
I
female
bought-
shirts.
I
If
bought
you
a
win, then
t-shirt.
fair, but
I bought a T-shirt.
are you really that pessimistic that you don't think
How
you're going to get winners merch?
How much do they charge you for that?
That was £20.
Fair play.
I should have
Not bad.
paid you to wear it.
Plus postage, obviously.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, not confident.
I don't know.
Hoping
Though.
we don't get embarrassed.
Yeah.
If it goes to penalties, I actually fancy it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it goes to penalties, Dawid, you know.
I mean,
yeah,
obviously,
it's-
not having Nick Pope is
It's
for a
pretty-
penalty shootout
Harris
is
in a penalty shootout.
the most
wonder-
agonising thing ever. But I mean, as long as Bruno doesn't take a penalty, I think we'll be fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
We shall see.
Maybe if Rashford takes a penalty.
Yeah, it depends.
Oh, well,
Love Algernon laugh.
Rashford in
You're
finals.
all,
on
you're all still
penalty.
upset about that.
Oh, I was gutted, yeah.
No, I know you.
Yeah, oh, yeah, Andy's
Because none of them laughed. I
Yeah.
thought.
Well, as well, from
Come
the
on.
Liverpool perspective from that game, Núñez's goal was so good.
It was.
Well, the thing is, it's a bit. It
give it
bounces a bit funny, doesn't it, before he hits
It's
it?
the touch.
But
I
the,
just-
yeah,
technique,
but the
it's a
finish,
shooting technique.
so good. When
'Cause-
Núñez scores, it's always a nice finish. Once give it a year or two, and he will be ripping them.
I
I've
don't know
said
about
this.
that.
I've said this.
I don't know about
I've
that.
said
I
this.
just think. Oh yeah, go on. Dom,
Counterpoint: Núñez does not finish any of his chances. He blasts every shot he has,
Yeah.
and that's why he misses so often.
No, I think, but the thing is, his reading of the game
It's
is
a really good touch
incredible.
by him.
Yeah.
It is a very, very good goal.
Good
But the
touch,
thing is,
good
when
goal,
he does
alright.
score,
Not a finish.
you know, with a lot of strikers, they break a drought and they go on a good run of form. He won't score for another 4 games.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
No,
Yeah.
I think he's found his form.
It's also
on that.
it's also typical Newcastle, like Gakpo and Núñez scored, because
Yeah.
Newcastle have a knack of giving players who are on a drought a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chelsea are bad for that as well.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I think Núñez for me, when he's quite technically good, and when he doesn't have
Yeah,
time to
reading
think
him.
about his chances,
Yeah.
he does well. When
Yeah.
it's instinct, but
You know,
It's on
easy
instinct.
chances, he just misses.
you know
them.
those players who move positions, you know how Gareth Bale used to be a left back, I feel like Núñez will end up being one of those players.
Yeah.
Give it
John Linton.
Well,
yeah, John,
Nu-
5 years
Núñez
and it'll be
was-
like a fucking midfielder
Núñez was
or
playing
something.
on the left wing.
was it?
Yeah, Gakpo was through the middle.
Wow.
So that's also
Yeah.
that's a swap
Again,
anyway.
Gakpo's not a striker either. So
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's not.
Gakpo's a
he's
left
not.
winger, Núñez is a
Yeah.
striker, but they both swap for some whatever reason.
Yeah,
I think it's because Núñez is just rapid, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems like Timo Werner as well. Everyone was saying something about Werner, like, oh, he'll eventually become good. I just don't see it with Núñez.
No.
This Werner
Only time will
played
tell.
well in the build-up.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
time-
obviously
But
only
missed
time.
loads of chances
First
as well.
season
Yeah.
in the Prem after playing in
Yeah, you got.
Portugal.
Yeah, I was going to say you got to adapt to the Portuguese style, and the quality
it's
Mm.
different.
is nowhere near as good as the
You've
Prem
got
quality.
to have a bit of patience.
You know, when you got the strikers, like
Yeah.
Haaland and Harry Kane.
Yeah, Haaland didn't need time.
No, he's an exception.
Yeah,
he's an
I was
exception.
gonna
to
say,
every-
He's
Well,
an
I mean,
exception,
if you
but-
count the Community Shield, he needed time.
One game.
One game.
Oh, that's the yeah.
All against Nottingham
Darwin
Forest.
Núñez
Yeah,
crying
or-
after winning the Community Shield, biting his medal.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah.
Probably more important than the Premier League or anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, biggest trophy in the world.
Oh yeah.
Oh God! Sorry to any Portuguese fans listening.
Yeah, so I mean, not really much else to say about that game. Liverpool are not up for sale anymore. That's a big surprise.
See, if United get their Qatar takeover, Liverpool are pretty.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to go on to next.
To the dismay of all the bin dippers in Liverpool.
What?
I don't know if anyone saw the Man United Leicester highlights, but
I haven't, but it was pretty obvious what was going to happen in that game.
not necessarily.
Actually,
Yeah,
you'd
go on,
be very
Charlie.
surprised because I watched them as well, and Well, yeah,
I think
Leicester had
Leicester are alright.
2 very good chances.
I heard in the first half they were quite good.
Yeah, at 0-0, Leicester had chances.
Yeah, they did have chances, but they just didn't take them, and obviously
Yeah,
that's
okay.
impacted the result. But you can't fault Manchester United. I think, I said earlier on, they are contenders.
How they
No,
do
yeah,
that?
they are, they
are.
They are very, very well drilled.
We'll come
No
back
one
to this
seems
end
to.
of the season.
They're
alright.
comfortable top 4,
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to win the league.
Yeah.
I think
they're
they
gonna
could win the
compete.
league. They
And
could,
also,
they could win the Europa League. They could
Yeah.
win the FA Cup.
If they knock Barca out of the Europa
True.
League, then who else is going to win the Europa League that's not United?
On
there's some decent
yeah, there's
teams
some
in the
good
Europa
teams.
League. still.
Charlie, you were telling us last week there's better teams in the Europa League than the Champions League. So
That is
have you
something you
researched
said.
those teams?
Juventus won it, obviously. But
Oh,
they're
Juventus
not-
don't.
Oh,
even that
Juventus
good.
won't do shit.
No, they won't do shit.
Do you remember making that point, Charlie?
Yeah, I do remember making that point. Yes.
Well, do you want to back it now? Like,
No. No, but there is some big teams in Europa League, like
Yeah,
I did say,
but-
but let's not dwell on that too much.
There's-
quickly moving on, but yeah, no,
Yeah,
Rashford's in the
uh,
form of his life.
Yeah, Rashford's
Yeah.
unstoppable.
And you think they're gonna win the Premier
the,
League?
the only thing I don't get about Man United is why they've got Weghorst up front.
Yeah.
Thing
but
is,
Cheap option.
But
I actually don't mind Weghorst.
no, I don't.
I think he's
this
alright.
guy
Fits in,
scored
he seems
twice
to fit.
at Burnley. Like
He seems to fit in.
No,
Seems to
but
fit in.
He's
Yeah,
just kind of
they
like-
find out it was
his only
altering.
goal was against us, and that was because Wayne Hennessy
Yeah,
gave
he's
it to
not a
him.
Man United striker.
No,
Like,
the guy, right? The guy scored twice at Burnley. He got criticised for his ability in the air when he's about 7 foot tall.
yeah.
He's not a United standard player. He's a bit of Besiktas. I just think the Glazers didn't back them.
Besiktas.
Oops, sorry. Basically,
Potato potato.
yeah. But
Lots
it's
of
like,
Turkish people.
but it's like this is United. City bought in Erling Haaland this season. United have bought in Weghorst.
Yeah, that's the
Now-
levels.
If Ten Hag can win the league with him up front, it'll be very impressive. But I think if
Yes.
the form of Rashford has filled that goal void,
Yeah.
someone who's going to score every game,
Yeah.
that could be the difference. I think United
Personally,
are.
I think
He could-
Weghorst
he could fall off
Weghorst had a
again,
good
though.
World Cup
Yeah.
though, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
Had
he
a
scored
good
that
World
goal.
Cup.
I remember
Yeah.
that one
That
game
own
where he
goal,
scored
yeah.
2, but
And the whole
Apart from
game,
that.
like he came on, didn't he?
He came off the bench.
He was
Yeah.
lively. I'll give him that.
And obviously, Ten Hag is obviously, Dutch
yeah.
himself, so he'll know him.
He is a Ten Hag
Yeah,
player. I'll give you
he's
that.
a Ten Hag. You'll know him personally.
I don't know. if
Everyone in
Did,
Holland knows.
hang
each
on,
other.
did you say you know him personally?
No, he'll know him more. He'll know him-
Everyone in. It's not that small of a country.
Ten Hag, come on the
You know him
come
more
on the
than-
podcast.
Yeah, no, obviously there's that.
same nationality. Like you'll get to
season
know
ball.
him.
Hello.
Yeah. in the
You can
street.
communicate with him in
Hello.
a better way. But
Yeah, but I mean, Charlie, I will actually back you in terms of maybe not this season, but I could see Man United being a problem.
Look,
Within the next.
Man United were only right. This is going to sound really. Man United's problem last season was Ronaldo. As
Yes.
soon as they
That's
take
been
Ronaldo
proven
out,
That's
now,
been
isn't it?
established pretty
that
much.
literally is proven.
It was completely. It
They've
was
taken
so
that-
clear.
He
that
caused
was a-
disruption. He caused aggravation.
He caused problems.
Yeah, problems.
Trying to just keep listing the same
Yeah,
words.
yeah. Yeah, it's
was-
just like I don't know.
I think it was
yeah.
that obvious. Even Man United legends like Gary Neville and Louis Saha started to slate him as well.
Well, it's a clear thing that it was clearly not an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signing. It was the Glazers signing. They wanted him. Ole didn't want it. Ole was building up a team with these young players.
Yeah, you need young.
I don't know if
players,
I'd
These
don't
young players,
argue-
a bit of a rebuild.
You
and
need
then
to rebuild rather
and then
than-
he's like, "Oh, we've got you this 37-year-old Ronaldo for your team. Oh,
It's
cheers,
washed.
lads."
Yeah,
Wash
but
Ronaldo.
hindsight's
Oh,
a
no.
great thing. Who's not taking Ronaldo at that point? Man City wanted Ronaldo.
Realistically, it was
Ronaldo
it was
wanted
a
Man
shirt
City.
sales signing, really, wasn't it?
Ronaldo wanted Man City.
Such a Glazer signing. Shirt sale money.
I mean, he
ticket
also
money.
scored
Oh,
20
oh.
league goals that year or something. It
Yeah.
wasn't like he was terrible.
No, but
No,
of course
but-
he wasn't. It was more that the rest of the team dropped off,
Yeah,
and the system seemed to be
Yeah,
built around him.
Ronaldo
I think.
was a tapping merchant.
Oh, I hate that term.
Tap-ins,
I would-
aerial
I would-
tap-ins,
I wouldn't go-
long-range tap-ins.
Long range tap.
Penalty tap-ins.
I wouldn't
Exactly.
go that far, but what I would say is because he has like a very how do I put this? He's very recognised, and he's very.
Marketable.
Yes,
It's
shirt
almost
sales.
like the whole team is just based around him and not as a team.
No.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just one
But yeah.
singular
The
player.
Tibbs are trying
And
to
then
play past
The
to
thing
him.
is,
Yeah.
United are doing better now, so that proves your point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
if he had still been there, they would not be in that position. Promise you.
that's all I've got to say. Really,
I just
don't know
want
if-
to take the conversation to the the most important part of the match against Man United and Leicester, and what's really, really annoyed me as a Newcastle fan who's recently had a player who's got a red card, I think Sabater should have been sent off for that challenge on Wout Fairs.
I think I saw
I
it.
didn't see
So studs up,
He stood on the knee,
studs up
wasn't
to
it?
the knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw
Um,
it. Yeah.
And VAR said no because apparently the contact wasn't hard enough. But realistically, if you're going to put your studs in someone's knee, it's a red card.
Yeah.
You
so
know what I mean?
it was a VAR checking
And
club badge,
Exactly,
Man United.
because I
Yeah.
think back
Added
to when
points.
Bruno got sent off against Southampton, and what happened was Edozi's foot went over the top of the ball, and Bruno caught it and got sent off. But I think if you're going to deliberately stamp on someone's knee and not get a red card, I mean, where's the consistency?
Yeah.
Because at this
That-
point, I've accepted VAR is just based on club badge.
No, but there is no consistent with VAR, and that's been proven, and
Yeah,
that
I mean-
will always be the case. I think until
I think if you're not Man United or Liverpool, don't expect VAR to go in your favour.
Yeah.
To be honest,
it's bad for every team. Let's be real. It has been bad for every team.
I think every
Yeah.
team's had, but at the end of the day, there is a person controlling it, so human error is always going to play a part.
Yeah, no, of course.
But it's like stuff like drawing the lines for offside should not be.
Yeah.
You should be getting that right.
I know, but Charlie, in the edit, can you overlay the picture of the actual foul? And I mean, if you actually,
Charlie's not doing that.
No.
I'll teach him how to do it later. But I mean, if you put that picture up and you look at it, it looks really, really bad.
Fair enough. I've not seen it.
I need to watch it.
All right. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this week. Please do remember to like the video and comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, follow us all on our personal accounts on Twitter, and we'll see you next week after the Carabao Cup Final.
That'll be a special next
After
week.
that,
Yeah.
but
That'll
if
be,
you see me with
crying.
the can of Stella in the studio, you know what happened.
that'll be the main talking point for next week.
I haven't got a missus, but Charlie will do.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye 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 bye.